Oh, there it goes. Production value is so great. Yeah, I think I had it set to infinity, so I just clicked off this time. Welcome, everyone. It's April 29th at time of recording. As always, it joined by our friend Brian.
Hey, everyone. I'm doing pretty well. Hope you're all doing the same. Yeah, I kind of botched my intro. I really had nothing to say. So,
Shh, don't tell
David,
him.
what's that?
I said, don't tell him that. We prepare for every episode.
Oh yeah, 100%. None of this is riffed off the cuff. Just good natural flow. Yeah, how's it going for you, man? How are you doing?
Good. Yeah. I think those times like ebbs and flows, as you know, and I don't really understand that analogy as much as like peaks and troughs or highs and lows. But yeah, kind of riding a high over the last week or so. I think last episode we talked about me getting a dog, and it's really been helpful to kind of one learning learning a lot about just how to care for a dog, how to train a dog. So that's been pretty stimulating, and also gives me motivation to learn more. So I feel like sometimes I need like more motivation to learn some things that I might not have had a lot of clarity on before, or really didn't have any need to. So it's definitely been helpful for that. Just motivation to learn more about a specific topic. Good to keep my mind at ease, focusing on her and what she needs, and trying to set her up for a good life and good expectations, and a lot of other stuff. So there's some temperament things that comes with her. One time a day, generally, she will start racing around the yard and try to run as fast as she can and jump at you. And then after that, we'll like start nibbling at you and growling. So
Got the zoomies.
yeah. So I don't know if it's, something that came from maybe a trauma that she had experienced, some other thoughts about, she has an open yard now and maybe she's just overtired and doesn't know what to do with the space. Maybe it's just running off because of stress or just, extra energy that she's trying to burn out because she knows the day's coming to a close soon, and she's going to be put in the crate to go to bed. But yeah, just trying to do what I can for her and navigate some work stuff, and the work stuff's been going pretty well. Feeling like I'm, kind of found a groove more than I had before. And,
Nice.
yeah, just trying to keep the highs up as much as possible. Cause we know there's always going to be highs and there's always going to be lows. So just trying to, enjoy myself while I can and try to extend this, as much as I can. And yeah, I mean, it's been helpful trying to provide structure to, the dog's life. And I think it's kind of like taught me, better patience with, people in general, or, think about like, oh, if I'm frustrated about something, maybe I didn't, set up my expectations, or, maybe somebody dealt with trauma before they got adopted, or no, not that, but, yeah, I think it has helped quite a bit to kind of converge some of my thoughts and kind of open my mind to, I mean, maybe the frustrations I might have with somebody, I didn't set my expectations up well, or I didn't communicate something well, or didn't follow up, and or maybe like correct something that I should have. So yeah, it's helped kind of translate some of that into how I deal with people, whether it be at work or friends or family or other things. So yeah, definitely doing pretty well. What about you, Brian?
Let me just touch on what you said earlier. It's like riding the highs. Make sure you kind of keep that in mind too. Like when you're, and this goes for everybody. Um, Make sure you kind of remember those, like your mindset during that, because like when you do hit the lows, I mean, for me personally speaking, it's when I get low, that's when my self sabotage starts. Like I start eating because I'm stressed out. Maybe I got an argument or whatever. Then and I just kind of shut down. um, so I've been trying to really focus on like kind of like holding on to that high, mindset of because at the end of the day, you can control your emotions. You can't control the world around you. So I think keeping that positivity, um, like mindset, or at least a thought in your back of your head, I think will help you get through the low times. But glad that you are definitely hitting a stride, especially at work, and you got your starting to get routine down with your dog Sparkles. That's still the working name right now.
No, man. So I tried Iris. She had two different colored eyes, but
Oh, that's right.
the more I said it, and I was watching Bob's Burgers the other day, and they had like that LARP episode where Linda has to be like the help, and her maiden name is Iris. So I
Oh, yeah.
just
All
like
right,
off
fair
of
enough.
that, or I kept hearing myself say it, and it just sounded like someone's great aunt's name.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
settled on Daphne. So that's her name
Daphne.
now.
Okay.
And yeah, my mom was making a joke about like how she feels like she's just a peasant in Daphne's world, and she's just waiting for her to give her pets and food, and that's it. So I made a joke earlier, like she was begging for some of my mom's food, and I'm like, nope, you got to leave her alone. The help needs food too. I don't think she liked that very much, but yeah, she likes the dog a lot too. So it's been good to have her kind of buy in and agree to have another dog in the house. And then, we've been working together to maintain that consistency. Like, hey, when I leave, you're still expected to obey your commands and, certain things that you should do and be scolded for some things that you're not supposed to be doing. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely been good.
Yeah, for sure, man. Glad to glad to hear it, and keep it up. Like, just try to keep that high as. I mean, obviously, don't force it. If, your down situation, it is what it is. But just keep that positive mindset going, even when times are tough. Like I've been telling myself that lately, even though I'm not really in a situation where I'm down. It's just like we signed off on a huge project at work, and I talked about it. I think pretty at length last week, and we officially signed off. Now it's like I'm kind of like in this like weird spot where I'm like, man, I don't really have anything to work on. But then like I know that's just like there's like an avalanche just coming of like work and stress and work life balance and project management and all these things. So trying to stay positive. Like I'm trying to get as many things and much planning as I can, um, you know, without getting too stressed and too far ahead of myself. So I'm trying to do the pre planning and pre mental work to help myself be bulletproof in these next 2 to 3 months, because it's gonna be a long, gonna be on and off calls. Got to make sure I get communication to teams that need it. It's just gonna be a lot of um, kind of a lot of just uh, micromanaging myself and maybe others in some ways. So, um, but I've worked hard for the last 4 years to kind of put me in this position. So, to say that I am ready is an understatement, but also there's that nervousness of like, this is going to be like my opus, like the biggest project I've ever worked on, even though I'm not directly working on it, but I've made a full commitment in my mind to like this being my kind of masterpiece, and I want to leave on the mark of this company and my career. So I probably am already put too much pressure on myself before, so that's why I'm trying to ease myself out now, to kind of tailor my expectations and my mentality. So um, trying to practice what I preach, and I'm riding the high right now, but I gotta just keep it going.
Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, I've kind of felt that way a little bit too with some of the things that I've finished, and feeling like oh, this could be better, or oh, I got to come back to this eventually. But yeah, with work and trying to maintain that work life balance and everything. I mean, getting the dog. I mean, I haven't been staying on late for the job and that, and I feel like I have more energy the next day. And yeah, I mean, each day could be a little bit different. It could be like every day with new challenges and trying to maintain your patience level, and still be the same person at the end of the day, or regardless of what you're going through. So it's definitely quite a bit of a mental challenge just to stay consistent with people, and consistent in your work, even if some days like feels like you're just hitting your head against the wall, and sounds like you're gonna be playing a pretty long game of telephone. So that's one of the things that I don't enjoy so much about the work that I do. But
Right.
yeah, it's necessary to get done.
Yeah, and my boss who signed off on everything, he's like, I'm probably gonna be pulling out my hair, getting gray hairs before I'm supposed to. I go, you and me both, brother. So, we're kind of in the same boat together. Our fates are kind of tied, like when we three acted in The Dark Knight, right? But hopefully, one of us doesn't become Two Face and yada yada yada. Anyway, um, so yeah, I that and my wife and I had our first date night this past Sunday, for the first time in probably since before Christmas. Just trying to get back to doing that, and it was a little awkward at first. I don't think we really both knew what we wanted out of it, just because it's been so long. We went to like the Novi Fountain Walk, that mall there, and we were trying to go to Black Rock, but they had a 40-minute wait, so we went to Buddy's because pizza sounded good. Pizza was good. A lot of people will say that Buddy's is kind of an overrated Detroit pizza spot, but it's whatever. It hit the spot, and then we are gonna go do some putt putt, but I think it was just getting a little bit later, so we just didn't really feel like putting forth that effort. It had kind of already been a long Sunday already, just with like being a kid and my shoes working. So we just ended up seeing Super Mario Galaxy. Um,
Oof, sorry.
yeah, I mean it was fine. I don't have much expectations for children animated movies, but it definitely was not as good as the first one. I will concede that it was entertaining, but it just felt like they didn't even try. So
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, how often did you typically go on date nights when you
um,
held the habit?
yeah, probably prior to kind of falling off, we'd go like once a month. They say go on dates once a week, but with her work schedule, um, and kind of living or dying by the catering order, it's tough. So once a month is kind of what we were aiming for, and then just the holidays hit and vacation, son's birthday. So I could list a amount of excuses, which I kind of already did, but um, just trying to get back on track, for that.
Yeah,
Things fall off, and you know if you don't make it a habit of following through, then it just falls through the seams. So um we felt great. It was kind of like we got home at like 10 o'clock on a Sunday, so just like, we're old, let's go to bed and send our babysitting grandparents home, and pretty much was that. But it was just a good start. I feel good about that. So I got a lot of kind of positive things going right now. Um, so like you, just trying to ride this high of, um, the the high energy and positive thoughts and all that. Just just trying to kind of snowball into something bigger. So when I do, quote unquote, get derailed or whatever, something happens, hey, it's not the end of the world, because sometimes when we get hit with those big surprises in life, it sucks, but it's about how hard you get hit and how hard you can come back. So make the comeback greater than the setback, as they say.
Yeah, I think we talk about it all the time too, but you're trying to move fast, or seems like you're getting pulled in two separate directions. Like you're trying to carry things and run at the same time. Like you can't hold on to everything, and in doing that, sometimes it's hard to kind of realize what you were missing, or things that might have been helpful for you, but it's more abstract. So trying to get back to a good habit of going out on dates, or whether it be going out on dates, exercise, good sleep habits, and some things, it's a lot easier to, I'll just stay up later to play some video games. Like, who cares? And then dealing with it at work the next day, feeling like you're, kind of scatterbrained, or, letting some of the other things fall off. They're easy to let fall off, similarly to like good habits and that. But yeah, I think we always bring ourselves back down to like, what changed, what happened. And it's like, oh, well, I was doing this and that, and I fell off on doing that. So I got to get back into it, or, ease your way into it. So, but sounds like you both had a good time regardless. And yeah, hopefully can continue that going forward. Be that even if Super Mario Galaxy was just a cash grab, in my opinion.
Yeah, pretty much. um, we were gonna go see Project Atlas, but I think it would have just been too long for um we just went, I think, too late to see that, but it's still definitely on our radar to see it before it leaves. So probably after like Mother's Day.
Project
It's still
Atlas or Project Hail Mary?
Project Hail Mary. What is
I was gonna
Project
say
Atlas?
Project Atlas. I'm like, did they bring that back to theaters? I don't know if anyone would show up for that. I'm like, yeah, don't. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
Project
what?
Hail Mary. Yeah, I'd say made the wrong decision, but yeah, it is a 2.5 hour long movie, and it's kind of hard to go in with not really knowing too much. It is the best way to do it, but yeah, I think
Right.
you really got to iron out the 3 hours in your schedule to go and do that. And I do think it'd be a great experience.
Yeah, like I think it was like our movie was at like 7:30 or something, or 7:45, something like that. And we were out of the movies by 9:15, 9:30, and it was so, had we not kind of maybe gone as late or gone on a Saturday or something, we probably would have gone and seen that, because she looks Ryan Gosling enough. I think that anything is might be plausible, even a 2.5 hour movie. She does not have patience that much for anything that's not like a rom com or anything like that. But I definitely think she would have enjoyed that. So next time, but um, yeah, I mean, trying to form good habits, so and being consistent. I'm studying for my CompTIA A plus, which is kind of like the baseline uh, for most like kind of help desk or just a good entry into computer science. Studying for that, so I normally play like video games for maybe like an 2 hours per night if I'm not we're not hanging out with my wife, or my son's I'm not watching my son. So I probably average about 7 hours of video games a week. It's like an hour a day, I think but I'm kind of cutting back on that to put some more time into studying. But I'm not like overdoing it. They say 15 minutes at a time, 15-minute break, kind of come back. So I've been kind of doing 30 minutes and then like here and there, and then taking a break and coming back. So I want to get that done before the end of the year. It's like part one and part two. There's two separate tests. They're all randomly generated questions. So you kind of just have to study a baseline, then get it done. But it's like $800, and I'm I just convinced my boss to spend 70 grand, I think, later this year. When I finally line up the testing, I'm going to ask if they can pay for it. But I got that going. So I'm just trying to better myself in the IT world. I also think just kind of having that knowledge of like basic knowledge of like networking and security, it's all going to come in handy for the work that I do every day anyway. Um, so yeah, I mean, kind of those little things that I've got going in a little nutshell. Everything seems to be going good. My something kind of tacky happened though. Past Saturday, I was playing games with my buddy, and him and I are really close. Like we've known each other for like 16 plus years, and I don't really know his fiance that well, like beyond how they met and some kind of basic facts about her. But he had to go to the door to pick like their sign for their DoorDash order or something, and she comes on. She goes, "Hey, Brian, has Ian told you anything about this wedding?" And I go, "I mean, I heard of the venue. You guys got your venue. I kind of know the rough date and all that." And he goes, "Oh, well, Ian was supposed to ask you to be his best man." I go, "What? Why are you telling me this?" She goes, "Oh, I know. I wasn't really supposed to say anything." And apparently later found out he kind of tore into her. I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of not cool," but I also wasn't really gonna say anything. So I guess I'm gonna be a best man in a wedding next year. That'll be my third time now.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I know
it's
you had like 47 weddings in 1 year or whatever it was, but hey.
no, I mean, I love attending weddings. I love bachelor parties. I hate being in wedding parties. I think it is like it's a great honor. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but yeah, being the best man is like the maid of honor or best man is like the two people having the least fun out
Yeah,
of
you're
all of
basically
it.
paid. You're on unpaid labor essentially,
Yeah.
and like,
Um, so yeah, I mean, I've been in a few I've attended more weddings than I've been in wedding parties for, thankfully, and a lot more bachelor. I'm like the bachelor party guy, like fun guy, but not close enough, like in the close knit around too many people. Well, too many people that have gotten married. So I don't know what it says about me, but yeah, I mean, like my two brother-in-laws, so it's kind of like, yeah, participation trophy, like, yeah, fine, I'll do it. I like you enough. I don't think I like you enough to have to get up early and take pictures and all this, but I'll sit through it. um but that is yeah, that's good. Besides the awkwardness of her kind of spoiling the surprise, which I'm sure she didn't mean to, and hopefully like it didn't cause too many issues between her and him. But
oh
yeah,
yeah,
that's congrats, man.
yeah. Oh, thanks. It's they're both like they're not like type A personalities by any stretch. Like they don't like being center of attention. So I think it's just kind of new territory for them. And I think she did kind of. They both kind of said that like their parents are helping plan a lot, just because they're just like we would go to the courthouse, but like obviously family is kind of a big thing, so we can afford this much, and so I think they're renting out like a space in Lake St. Clair Metro Park, which actually like the venue, it's not bad, but they're only looking at like 50 to 75 people, so it's gonna be a small wedding. I'm like, as long as you guys are happy and are not being forced to do this by anybody, do what you want. It's really your wedding, and to be honest, weddings are just throwing a party for whoever attends. Like it's not really for the bride and groom. I feel like you barely remember it. I mean, I remember a lot of my wedding, but like I tried to have fun where I could, but it was like I I probably ate less than one full meal. Uh, I was given an Knob Creek and Coke at the time that I'd never actually barely started and never finished. So and then you gotta like go and schmooze. You gotta say, hey, thanks for coming to the wedding. I don't know. It's just exhausting. It's a great day, and it's something you're gonna have memories for the rest of your life, but And I'll say this: fuck weddings sometimes, especially being in a wedding party.
Yeah, you tell them.
Yeah,
No, I mean, I've been in a. I think the most fun I've had at a wedding was like a backyard wedding, and I
yeah,
think I was, the expectations, because it was a family friend, and go over there every year for like the Ohio State, Michigan game, and family's great. Family's a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean, it was a good time to be had by all, um, and yeah, so I don't think it really matters about like how much money you spend or what the venue is, how many people you invite. Like, yeah, I mean, it's your day. Do whatever best suits you, and I'm all for people trying to find more not like cheaper options or anything, but yeah, it's just like where I'm at now, like the high Dave. Not that I'm high or anything. Weed kind of freaks me out, but um, yeah, thinking just do whatever makes you happy, and if something like that's going to make you too stressed to have to think about or worry about a ton of it, then yeah, just dial it back. If it's not for you, then you don't have to make it. Don't try to make something fit something. Don't try to do something that doesn't fit who you are.
yeah.
I think
Square.
as we age, like we think about back to when we were kids, and you're like, oh, I just can't wait to be an adult, and then you got to deal with decisions like this. And it's like, yeah, you found a partner you love enough to want to marry him, and then it's a whole to do.
Right.
That
Yeah.
you don't have to like Aunt Barb's gonna criticize or gonna talk about how her nephew's wedding was so much better. You're like, yeah, didn't he get divorced, Aunt Barb? Whatever.
Right.
um Sorry, my raised by TV, so my head always goes to sitcom subplots, but you're picking up what I'm putting down, right?
Yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah, yeah, for sure. It's I mean, as far as the wedding thing, it's don't force yourself to do something you don't want to. It's the was it square peg in a round hole, or round, however that saying goes. Like, um, can't be forced anyway. But um, yeah. So I made a short story long, but we're going to dinner in a couple weeks, and he's going to officially ask me, and I'm sure it's going to be even more awkward because it's going to be couples, and the person
You
who's
gotta act
spoiled.
surprised. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
I did not see this coming at all. Um, yeah, no, it's cool, and like he's like, I don't want a bachelor party. I'm like, cool, because I've not the two other ones that I threw a mini bachelor. Like, we went to see Mystery Science Theater 3000 when they were doing like like the like theater run of it, and then we like hit a couple bars in Royal Oak, but the other one didn't want anyone, so we just did like a D&D night, and I think I'm going to do something similar for that. He's like, I don't want a bachelor party. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but like we could just have like a total nerd night, weekend, whatever. It's like, video
Yeah.
games, D&D, magic, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it can still be a celebration without a whole to do. I'm all for it.
Yeah, exactly. So just a little mini party, and he doesn't really drink. I'll just probably load him up on edibles, and send him on his merry way.
Yeah, there you go.
Um, yeah, that's I think that's all that I got for this week, man. Felt like a lot happened, but you know, it's like the LinkedIn experience, or one little minor thing, and you turn it, and how you created value and everything in this situation. It's like, I don't want to do that. I made a couple of good impacts this week, though.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel it works sometimes. The people that do like that are up your ass all the time about stuff that's like so small in comparison to like some of the stuff that I do, that I just like I want to get it done. I
Right.
don't need to go and talk to make sure everyone knows like what I'm doing at any one time or all the good ideas I have. It's just like I ask questions. I find things and I elevate and ask questions about it and just go and try to get things done. But it's all like, a matter of perspective, because somebody might not like, if you don't know exactly what it is that I do, like maybe that's a bad thing, maybe it's a good thing, but um, yeah, at least you have the trust and the confidence that me or you or whoever's listening, like, yeah, just take on the day, take it a day at a time, and always show up and be the person that you are. I think a lot of what you bring to the table will shine through when you get more comfortable and more confident in yourself and how you add value. But by God, dude, LinkedIn, every time I open it like once a day, and now every time I open it up, I have like 10 notifications for things that are like just so small. Like, what is like, why?
Right. Yeah. It's the what's the term? The exaggeration center. There's a basically where imagination meets exaggeration, I guess. So it's like it feels like it's trying to be like stand-up comedy where you're trying to just turn a concept into this long standing joke about all these things that really didn't actually happen, and you just thought they would be funny. And same thing with LinkedIn. It's like you shoveled a dead squirrel into your trash can, and that becomes how like are self-made and um initial go-getter, and you were whatever, you're doing a service to your neighborhood and you were giving back. It's like, no, you weren't. You scooped a literal dead animal into the trash and then you went about your day. Like, quit bullshitting. We know.
Saved 90% on operating cost of bachelor party by transitioning to Magic the Gathering and D&D. Sourced out of our friend's basement instead of going to a casino or something. Like, yeah, I get it. And manner of perspective and how you're able to present yourself and pitch yourself sometimes. But I just exist in a camp of like, oh, what happened with this? Oh, I finished that 2 weeks ago. Oh, okay. Like, yeah, you got a lot of stuff going on. I just sitting around, just churning away.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave's out back doing chores. Don't worry about him.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have anything else that you wanted to chat about?
No, I just, I'm feeling good right now and trying to keep that going. Seems like we're both kind of at a transition period of just trying to deal with what's coming up or trying to hold on to what we have currently. So yeah, I mean, it's been good for me and sounds like it's been good for you. And just happy to hear that you're doing well, and hope everyone listening here is doing well. And if you're not, I hope you are well soon.
Yeah, same here. Glad you're doing well, and to all the folks out there, hope you guys are doing well. And if you're not, use some of our tips, or if not, come up with your own solution. We're not experts by any means, but we just give advice based on our own experiences. So
Yeah,
hope it helps even a little.
Yeah, subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you get all so many of these videos, it's like I go through and I know there's like a paid advertisement, like someone's giving you like 5 tips um to have a healthy Doberman, and then I know like one of the tips is going to be some like ad placement. I just like sit there and click through it. Or yeah, I mean, we're not trying to sell you on anything. I don't even know if anyone would buy something I'm trying to sell. But
Same.
yeah, just I think the whole point, not to get too meta, is just our conversations in that try to maybe add some perspective to whoever's listening, to translate that. How does learning about the best way to train a dog and what a dog needs help you become a better coworker? It sounds like a LinkedIn post. Yeah,
That
this
should be an
episode
next one.
brought to you by LinkedIn Premium.
Yeah. $39.99 makes it so you can look at people who are looking at your profile. Totally worth it. Save
Yeah,
today, LinkedIn.
just a bunch of AI garbage getting notifications like, oh, this person's cousins has a network connection to you, and they're hiring for this role. You want to ask them about it? No. What's the role? It's like, yeah, like not even something remotely close to what I'm qualified for. No, no, thank
Right.
you. But all right, yeah, I am tired. I think you are too. You had a seemingly like a long week, so I'll give you some time back here, as
Yeah,
they
for
say
sure.
in meetings and that. But all right, everyone, thanks for listening. Glad to hear that you made it this far. Tell all your friends. We're definitely not a pyramid scheme. I repeat, we are not a pyramid scheme. Um, yeah.
Yeah, we'll maybe eventually try to sell you on ad space, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Even then, I don't think we'll do that. But all right, anyway.
Alrighty. Thanks, everyone.